What's up guys, Eric here with Mountain Movers. Hope you all are having a beautiful day. Hadn't had a video in a little while, so I figured it was well past due. So we got one coming at you here from Nashville, Tennessee. We're going to be painting the upstairs of this townhome. This was, I believe, a foreclosure. So I don't know if you guys know or not, but generally foreclosures are in pretty rough shape whenever they are purchased, and that's why they're purchased, because they're cheap. So this thing needed a lot of work. The customer went ahead and took the time to prime all of the walls. We put the tape on the trim first. We'll be taking this off and doing the trim and then the walls, but nonetheless. Alright guys, so this is the difference between a good paint job and a great paint job. It's prep work. 90% of the work in painting is what you don't see. Rolling the walls is the easy and quick part, but making sure you have a good foundation, a good surface to put the paint on that's smooth and doesn't have all these drips and whatnot from previous coats, just junk that gets in the paint, stuff like this. That is where real painting comes into play. You can see this is what the color of the walls was before, so you can see why he wants this painted. But this thing's going to look great when we're done. And of course it's adding value to your home, you know, especially with you, when you own your home. The work that you put into it is like money in the bank, guys. So we're going to fix this guy up. We're going to take all these doors off the hinges. I already took these off, as you can see. Whenever I go to paint the door, I'll take these off as well. That way I don't have to fool with this paintbrush trying to cut this in. You know, this is such a thin strip. It's challenging to cut this in without getting it on this. So, you know, in the long run, it's going to save time. Just take the freaking hardware off, set the door somewhere safe, and be done with it. Bedrooms. See what we got to work with. Yikes. So this room has been painted, primed rather. I still have to do the painting, but the ceiling has been painted. The customer went ahead and took the liberty of doing that. As you can see, he has taped off all the trim. No big deal, that will be coming off, however. So one tip, you always hear conflicting information on whether or not to paint the trim first or the wall first. Personally, I paint the trim first. You can run around and just slap that paint on. You don't have to cut it into the wall because you haven't painted the wall yet. And it is actually easier for me to cut the wall into the trim than it is the trim to the wall because of this very small edge you see here. Trying to get a brush to just ride on this edge without getting it onto the wall and without using tape. If you use tape, then it really doesn't matter, but without using tape, it's very difficult to get that clean, crisp line on the trim without getting that paint onto the wall. Is whenever you guys are painting door trim or just the doors, just take the doors off the hinges. I've actually timed myself doing that, and it takes me about 45 seconds to just remove this whole entire, and I don't mean off the hinge here, I mean unscrew the door from the wall, and that way you don't have to cut around this. You can tape this off, that's another option, but I think it even takes longer to tape this off than it will be just to take 1, 2, 3 screws out. Set this somewhere else. Then you can paint your door on a flat surface. I go ahead and I take all my hardware off so I don't have to cut around that. Almost no matter how you do that, if you're trying to cut in a circle on the vertical wood grain, it just stands out like a sore thumb. Always try to have the buckets cut out of. Obviously, you can see the problems that might arise when you are trying to cut out of a full gallon you're gonna make a mess. So I always find something to cut out of, preferably something that the width of the brush will fit into without fraying the edges. And then I also only put less than an inch of paint into the container. Just makes for a cleaner job. Keeps paint from getting all the way up the brush where it will eventually dry and then affect the quality of the painting that you're doing. A lot of people will roll these. If you have a roller that's appropriate for trim, not a problem. I do not today, so I'm just brushing them. Likely take 2 coats. Half of the trim in here painted. Still got this wall yet to do up until right here somewhere. And just look how much cleaner it's looking. Ooh, shiny. I know you love it. You ain't gotta say it. I can read your mind right now. You're telling me how sexy this paint job is, and I know. I know. We have 3 of the 4 walls completed. Orange, of course, was a very bold choice. With that being said, it's come out pretty well, considering. Alright guys, this is completion. In this room, anyway. Turned out excellent. As the paint continues to dry, it just looks a little better and better. It's dying down quite a bit, not being quite as bright as it was. Man, it looks great. A lot better than I actually anticipated. So now we have this room. This will be the last one. Next, I'll actually be doing this room. This is the master. That's the color. It's not green, it just looks green. It's in need of stirring. He just went to go grab a stir stick. So this is supposed to be more of a gray. Try to get it good before. ceiling's done. New fan put up. I wish I had got some pictures or video before any work had been done in here. There was carpet in here. It was in pretty rough condition from what he tells me. So this all looked great with new hardwood. There we go.